This is a description of the Hajj by Darryl York, Henry Lewis, and Mitchell Blaine. The Hajj, Arabic for pilgrimage, is the fifth pillar of Islam where a believer takes a 5-day religious pilgrimage to Mecca and other holy sites in Saudi Arabia, starting on the 8th day of Dhu al-Hijjah, a month in the Islamic calendar, and ending on the 12th.
Muslims must enter a state of ihram in order to have a successful Hajj. One reaches the state by traveling to one of the 5 Miqat sites and completing the cleansing rituals, wearing the required attire and reciting the Taliyaba, a prayer that states the intention of performing the Hajj. Men's garments often consist of 2 white unhemmed sheets and are universal in appearance, while women's clothing is flexible but must not draw attention or cover their face. All jewelry and signs of wealth are to be removed.
On the first day of Hajj, pilgrims head to Mina, a town near Mecca in which the Saudi government provides tents and amenities to stay. The first day has no rituals to perform other than keeping with ihram, so pilgrims often spend the day praying and spiritually preparing for the rest of the journey. On the second day, pilgrims head to the plains of Arafat and arrive before noon to perform the Waqf, a ritual in which Islamic scholars speak about the religion, and the gathered face Mecca and ask Allah for forgiveness and pray. This lasts until sunset.
On the third day of the Hajj, pilgrims will return to Mina before sunrise in order to perform the stoning of Jumrat, or the stoning of the devil, a ritual in which pilgrims throw rocks at one of 3 stone pillars, which are now enclosed in walls for safety, while reciting Allah Akbar, or God is the greatest. This is the most dangerous part of the Hajj due to rocks being thrown and the large crowds which can trample people, so elderly and sick do not need to participate. This day is also the beginning of the Islamic holiday Eid al-Adha, the festival of sacrifice, on which after the Jumrat, pilgrims make an animal sacrifice. After this sacrifice, men have their hair cut or shaven down, and women have a lock of hair cut to leave the state of ihram. Next, pilgrims travel to Mecca and will do the tawaf, in which the Kaaba, seen in this picture, is circled counterclockwise 7 times. The first 3 rotations are done quickly from a distance, while the last 4 are up close and at a slower pace. After this, Muslims will drink out of the well of Zamzam and then perform Sa'i, where pilgrims walk back and forth between the hills of Safa and Marwa 7 times.
On the 4th day, the Jumrat is repeated, but instead of hitting just one of the pillars, all 3 have stones thrown at them. The Tawaf is then performed again. An animal sacrifice is to be made if you have not already done so. Though there is no real distinction between the 4th and 5th days, in the fact that the Jumrat and the Tawaf are performed again, the last Tawaf is performed as a farewell ritual. After this final ritual takes place, the Hajj is complete.
Malcolm X went on his Hajj in April of 1963 during the Civil Rights Movement. Before the Hajj, Malcolm called for blacks to have separate economic and cultural development within their communities. He also thought that all white people were evil by nature. After completing his Hajj, his worldview completely changed. He now saw that Allah called for brotherhood and universal respect of one another.
Never have I witnessed such sincere hospitality and overwhelming spirit of true brotherhood as is practiced by people of all colors and races here in this ancient holy land, the home of Abraham, Muhammad, and all the other prophets of the Holy Scriptures. For the past week, I've been utterly speechless and spellbound by the graciousness I see displayed all around me by people of all colors. I've been blessed to visit the holy city of Mecca. I've made my 7 circuits around the Kaaba. I drank water from the well of the Zamzam. I ran 7 times back and forth between the hills of Mount Al-Safa and Al-Marwa. I've prayed in the ancient city of Mina, and I've prayed on Mount Arafat. There were tens of thousands of pilgrims from all over the world. They were of all colors, from blue-eyed blondes to black-skinned Africans. but we were all participating in the same ritual, displaying a spirit of unity and brotherhood that my experiences in America had led me to believe never could exist between the white and non-white. America needs to understand Islam, because this is the one religion that erases from its society the race problem. Throughout my travels in the Muslim world, I have met, talked to, and even eaten with people who in America would have been considered white, but the white attitude was removed from their minds by the religion of Islam.
If I recall, I pointed out that while I was at Mecca making the pilgrimage, I spoke about the brotherhood that existed at all levels and among all people who were there on that Hajj, who had accepted the religion of Islam. And I pointed out that for what it had done, what the religion of Islam had done for those people over there, despite their complexion differences, that it would probably do America well to study the religion of Islam, and perhaps it could drive some of the racism from this society as it has driven racism from the Muslim society.